Welcome friends, welcome to Divine Designs 24. We're going to be doing some night lights today, and these are going to be a little bit different. These are going to be on these kind of bases, and these will be inside of be in it, and I will show you how I'm going to do that. So I have these all cut out. I wiped these down with alcohol so they're nice and clean. There's no fingerprints on them. And I got 3 of these to go on. This one here is a square one, so that'll be for that one. I have 2 round ones, so there'll be one like this and one like this. But we got to get these on there first. So we peel this off, and there's another layer also. I just have to get this straight on here. And you only have one chance on these. Once they're down, they're down. So you just have to pray that you get it straight the first time. And then I like to take one of these and just rub over everything to make sure it's down really good, because you don't want to peel the second layer off and put this on top of something while I'm doing that. Use one of my gloves. And get these on there good. So when I peel off the next layer, these all stay on. And this one here says, every day God thinks of you, every hour God looks after you, every minute God cares for you, because every second He loves you. I love that one. So now we're going to peel off the next layer. And this is where you have to make sure that everything is down really good. And I don't want to touch this because I have that all cleaned with alcohol. And I don't want it lifting when I put the resin on. I don't want little fish eyes and stuff in there from the oil off my hands. So far, so good. Just have to make sure it all sticks. If it doesn't, you just lay it back down and push it down, but you got to do it right away. You can't let it stay on there. So there's a few of them that doesn't. See, all these letters, if you don't get those pushed down just right, you want to lift back up. But I'm getting it. Now I get the flowers to stay down. And the butterflies. There we go. There is one. All right, now we are going to use the High Viscosity UV Resin by J. Diction. Let me get my gloves on. Gotta wear your gloves when you're using the resin like this. I know some people don't when they're using resin, but I do, and I have to wear 100% cotton gloves underneath my gloves that I wear, and that is because I have eczema on my left hand, and it just irritates it very badly with gloves. I worked in hospitals for 40 years, and wearing gloves and chemicals and that on my hands just did a number on them. So we are going to get this all covered with resin, the UV resin, and it is self-leveling, but I do force it to the edges, and being that this is the high viscosity, it's thicker, and it shouldn't run over the sides, but if it does, it's not going to hurt anything. But it usually just will level right to the edge. But I just kind of force it to the edges and just let it dome. And while I'm doing that, the inside will just kind of start filling in on their own. But these are so pretty. I will be putting these on my Etsy shop when I'm done with them. My Nightlights do very well on Etsy. Any of my Nightlights. I can't keep them in stock. I have to keep putting more on, and I thought, well, if I'm going to make these and put on there, I might as well bring you right along with me while I'm doing it, because these are so pretty. These are on a base, and they do have a remote, and you can change the colors on them. And you can lay in bed and have the nightlight on, and then when you want to go to sleep, you just shut it off if you don't want it on all night. I love making Nightlights, and you know, it's because I don't make two of the same thing. My Nightlights are all one of a kind. I buy all these stickers. These stickers here, I got on Temu quite a while ago. I have a ton of these stickers. And of course now you can't get them as cheap as you were. I think I got like eight or 10 of these. They came in a long sheet, and then I cut out what I want. And I think I paid like $2 and something for them. Well, I don't think that's going to happen with them again. Not right now anyway. So I'm glad I bought when I did. I can pass my savings on to my customers. But the Nightlights I got on Amazon. So I will link those down at the bottom. Okay. Gotta add a little bit more here in the center. because I want to make sure this has a good layer on them, and then we'll put it in the UV light. I want to make sure there's no fish eyes. I want to make sure it's covered good. You have to look at it at every angle to see where it's not covered. Sometimes around these letters, because they're plastic or vinyl, whatever they are, they like to give like little fish eyes on them. So you just got to put a little extra resin on there to keep it from doing that. So I'm going to go over these letters really good and just let it flow out. I'm not sure if it would help if I went over these letters with alcohol before I put this on. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments, because I never went over these with alcohol after I put them on, and I don't know if that would help with these fish eyes, so I wouldn't have to do such a thick layer. Let me know if you've ever done that, because I just keep playing with it until I get it all covered. And make sure there isn't anything. Okay, I'm going to put this in my UV, underneath my UV light, after I make sure I get all the fish eyes out. Looking at it in different lights, different directions. The bubbles off of it. Okay, I will be back when this is all done. All right, I got this one all done. I have it in the light so you can see what it looks like. So there it is in the light. And it changes colors. So when I'm all done, I'll take pictures of these. See that it's changing more colors. I'll take pictures and I'll show you what they look like. But that is one. I have this one here all prepped and ready. Let me get my lights back on here. I turned my lights off so I could show you that. I got this one all prepped and ready. I have it on here, already stuck. You already saw how I did that, so I wasn't going to do that. And now we'll put some UV resin on this one. And this one here is a turtle on the ocean. Did you guys really think I was gonna do one that didn't have anything to do with turtles or nautical, or, you know, I have to do something. At least one of them. Okay, that's the back off that one. And let's get this one on here. I did try it. I put alcohol, I washed this one here off with alcohol to see if that would help. So now we're going to learn that together and find out if that helped. Because I was really getting a bunch of fish eyes and the other one in. So we'll see. We'll see if that helps on this one. All right, let's spread this one out. I have a hair. Let's see here. This all. Move to the edges. Yeah, I probably would have shocked all you guys if I wouldn't have done at least one of them with some type of an ocean scene, sea turtles, sea creatures. I'm sorry I didn't have a video the last several days, but the last few days we've been helping our granddaughter move. And the poor thing, I'm telling you, my heart was breaking for her because she had some difficulties and everything, and I'm so glad that we got it all straightened out for her. She moved into one place. There was obstacles. She couldn't live there. There was issues with the apartment. So we had to go back the next day when the office was open, and they were very apologetic. Her air wasn't working. You can't live someplace in Florida without air. Her air wasn't working, and it was hot in there. It was just other issues. And so anyways, they moved her to another apartment, and this one here is so much nicer than the one they gave her the first time. And it's right by the pool, it's right by the gym. Her first apartment was on the second floor, which was horrible. And so now this one here is on the first floor. So, you know, if things don't come out just the way that you are expecting it, the good Lord steps in and He will make things right. And this second apartment that she got, it is so much better. I mean, where she's at is very nice. I mean, the apartment, you know, it's nice. It's just that the first one was just, it was on the second floor, and which is hard. I mean, I'm older, my husband's older, and trying to help her move and stuff, it was just tough. And then we had to move her from the second floor to the first floor in another building the second day. So we had 2 days of moving her. I got another hair. Come on. Can't have hairs. Okay, now let's check for fish eyes. And I gotta take this glove off because I got stuff on it. Okay, let's look here in all. Where is the hairs coming from? I don't know. Okay, let's get everything to the edges. Make sure there's no fish eyes. And now we're gonna stick it in here. I see fish eyes. Get those covered before I turn this on. And we'll get this in the UV light. And then I will be back. Okay, now I have this one all ready. Get my gloves back on. I still have the other one in the UV light. This one here is my happy moments, praise God, difficult moments, seek God, quiet moments, worship God, peaceful moments, trust God, and every moment, thank God. So, that's what this one is. So not only do I do a lot of sea life, a lot of ocean scenes, and let's see, a lot of wildlife, I do a lot of Christian-based things. So that is my work. Oh my goodness, did that one come out good? Look at that. That one is really, really cute. That turned out really good. Okay, we'll get that one in a holder too. And we'll look at these when we're all done. I am so pleased with these. Okay, I ran alcohol over the top of this one because for some reason I had gotten some residue from the glue, which I'm very disappointed because that doesn't usually happen. So I had to clean that all off. But that was okay because I wanted to make sure that it was all nice and clean anyway. When I am storing my UV resin, I store it upside down, so it's stored like this. So that way when you go to use it, you don't have air bubbles and air blowing out of it. Okay, so now we'll get this moved around. This one's going to be very pretty because you're really going to be able to see through this really good. Of course, all of them are pretty. I think they all turn out great. But it's just moving everything around and getting it in the UV lights. But I just love Nightlights. I have them in every plug in every room in my house. Of course, my bathroom is all done in nautical, so I have a starfish, I believe, is in mine. I take brooches and make them into nightlights, and I have a brooch in mine that is a starfish. So do you guys have any plans for 4th of July? I think this video will come out on 4th of July. We don't do much anymore for 4th of July. When our kids were growing up and our grandkids were all younger, and then we lived up north at the time, we did a lot for 4th of July. We would take them to fireworks and picnics, but I'll tell you what, I live in South Florida. I live by the beach. I don't live too far from the beach, just a few miles, but it is just too hot down here in July to be sitting out there for hours before they do fireworks, because they do them down by the ocean. And you can go down and watch them on the island of A1A. On the island, you go down there and watch them, but you have to be down there hours before they start. So you have to make a whole day of it if you're going to get over there. Then they shut down the bridges. You can't get back until after the fireworks are done. And then you get all these thousands of people trying to leave the island. And I'm just not into that anymore. I would have done it for my kids when they were younger. I would have done it for them. So I'm not criticizing people that do it, because they probably have kids. And you make a whole day out of it. So if my daughter wants to do something with her kids, we tell them have a good time. But when I lived up north on 4th of July, sometimes we would be sitting out there at night watching fireworks. We had sweatshirts on. We had blankets over our legs. But down here it is just too hot for me. I guess that's what happens maybe when you get older. You just don't tolerate it. The heat never used to bother me. But it does now. Okay, I think I might have all the fish eyes out of here. I'm gonna have to hold it up and look at it good. Let me look at it in different angles. I can almost hear you guys through there going, right there's one, right there's one, better get that one. Okay, looks like I might need more, just a dab more resin on here, because it's not quite thick enough over here. And I like it to be nice and coated. That helps with the fish eyes. Okay, I think I might have them all here after I get this flour. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put this in and I'll be right back. We are all finished. This is the turtle one, and I have it on so you can see how it changes. I'll take pictures of all these so you'll be able to see them really good. Here is this one. And then this is the last one I did. Didn't these turn out beautiful? I am so pleased with these. I'm so excited. They turned out so great. They all come with their own remotes. So each one will have a remote. And you can change from strobe to fade to smooth. You can change all different colors. You can have it flashing. They're really cool. I love them. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. All the pictures of these will be at the end. And I want you to please subscribe. It's free. It helps my channel tremendously. I'm trying to get my content out there. And if you subscribe and like and give me some comments, that helps. July 16th is my next drawing. So if you do all those things, go over to my email at divinedesigns24@yahoo.com and let me know that you did all those, and I'll get you into the drawing. So you'll get something that I had made in the last 30 days, and it might be, or it could be, or maybe it could be one of these nightlights. So give me do all that and subscribe. It's free, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.